And there's the house. It's almost done. Everything's pretty much done. Just in there measuring for a table that we really wanted, and now we know that it's not gonna fit. Man, I'll tell you what though. I'll tell you what. Buying a house, especially building a house, it's so stressful because, like, you know, if you buy a house that's already built, I'm assuming it's not as bad because you get into it quicker and you just start making the payment and you get used to it, you know, a little faster. Whereas when you're building a house like we are, you know the payment's coming and it's like months before you make your first payment. You know, we started this whole process in January, you know, from the time that we went in and decided we were going to do it. We started in January, now it's July, and it's like, it's freaking terrifying because all this time I'm sitting there thinking about like how high this payment's going to be, and I've just had time to sit and think, and it makes me more and more nervous every time I think about it. Get your butt down, yeah. It is a little bit scary. That's why I'm ready for this house to just get done. We can move in, I can make the first payment, the first few payments, and just kind of go, all right, this is it, this is what it is, this is what it is. And then I'll get used to it. I know I'll get used to it. It won't be that big of a deal. I'll get used to it. I know it. But as of right now, I'm not used to it. Actually, I've been spoiled because, like, we're not even paying rent. Well, no, we're paying rent. We're paying a very small portion of rent while we stay with my in-laws, while we stay in their basement. So I've been very spoiled in the fact that, like, I'm not paying what's going to be $2,800 a month. That's what our mortgage is going to be at, $2,800-ish a month. That's the estimate, at least. I think it's actually going to be less, you know, because they overestimate on things like your taxes and your home insurance and stuff like that, just in case, you know, so there's no hiccups or anything like that along the lines. So we'll probably actually be paying about $2,600 a month because they overestimated our taxes by like $200, you know, from what I've seen that we're most likely actually going to be paying in property taxes. So, but still, I've never paid that much for living, rent, or anything, because we've only ever rented. I've never paid anywhere close to that. You know, we've always lived in areas where it's a little bit cheaper. We've never lived in like a coastal state where, like, yeah, $2,800 a month gets you like a closet, you know. We've never lived in those kind of areas, but that's so much money though. No matter where you live at, $2,800 a month, that's a lot of money. I don't care if you live in New York City or Los Angeles. Just in general, it's a lot, you know, for your average person. But at the same time, I'm very excited. It's our first house. Very exciting, but very stressful. And now they go ahead and hit the interstate. Get some more exhaust noises in there. Oh, good Lord, that was a long drive. It's such a long drive. I mean, it's not really that long of a drive. I'm used to driving a semi for like 10 hours a day. So I guess it's really not that long of a drive, but on a sport bike, anything over like an hour is a long drive. Granted, my drive from the house to here isn't an hour, but I went from the house to the gym to the furniture store, then to our new house that's being built, and then back to here where we're living at. It's been a long day on the bike, but it's been a good day. It's been a great day, and I get to listen to this beautiful new exhaust as well. So many people are out on their bikes. So many. Look at that Harley boy. We're all out here having a good time. It's like a great day because it's been like so hot and just wildly humid. It's been great because today it's not as, I mean, it's still humid, but it's not as humid. And it's not as hot either. It's 77 degrees right now. It is great. You know, it would be though, it would be really great if the interest rates would go back down to what they were, which I highly doubt that they will. Everyone's complaining about interest rates right now, and they're really not high. Like, this is pretty average. This is kind of normal. That whole like 2%, 3%, That was abnormal. That was very strange that interest rates were that low. And everyone's like, oh, wait till they get back down to 2%. They're not. They're not. If they do, I'll be amazed if they actually go back down to 2% in our lifetimes. I don't think they will. I don't think they've ever been that low. I think that's the lowest they've ever been in, like, history. I might be wrong, but like where it's at right now is pretty average. The real problem is the cost of housing, which it seems to be, I don't know, lightening a little bit. Not like a lot. Well, not lightening. It's not getting less, but it's not increasing at the rate that it was, you know, a year or two ago. It's increasing because that's what, you know, that's what real estate does. You know, so it's increasing as it does, but it's not increasing as quickly. You know, a couple years ago when it just like went through the roof, that was wild. That was like not normal. And also 2% interest rates are not normal. Where we're at right now is a tad high. I mean, like in general, it's a tad high because I think like the average is like 7% or something like that. It's a little high, I think, right now. Now we're not getting 7%. We're getting like high fives, I think, because of the builder that we're going through. They can, you know, they get us a lower interest rate. Our interest rate is pretty average as far as like interest rates historically go. You know, high fives, low six, low fives to low six, mid six, something like that. I think right now it's a tad high in general. It's 7 or whatever it is. But if for whatever reason it goes back down to 2%, man, I'm gonna be so happy and refinance. I mean, that'll save me like $800 or $900 a month if it were to do that. It'd be wild. Actually, it probably saved me more than that. Probably saved me a lot more than that. Probably saved me over $1,000 a month. Well over $1,000 a month. Now I'm thinking about it. Say compared to, you know, 5.9, dropping down to like a 2.5, that would be an insane amount of money we would save if we could refinance at that. But I am not counting on that to happen. If it happens, awesome. If not, which I think is the more likely scenario, at least we know what we signed up for. Anyway, I think that's about all I got. Okay, yeah, love you. Bye-bye.